LeBron James is back. He played his first game with the Lakers in his year 23 season, which is an NBA record. No player has ever played beyond 22 seasons. And not only did he flash, he played amazingly in the second half. He showed all of his skills and his tools that makes him such a great player. As expected, the first few minutes looked a little bit clunky for the Lakers. You know, we got a starting lineup of LeBron James, Austin Reaves, Rui Hachimura, DeAndre Ayton, and of course Luka Doncic. And it's expected with the way the Jazz play. They're an off-ball movement team. They play fast. They play quick. They're young. You got Lauri Markkanen, who's this 7-foot big that can make a shot from anywhere on the floor. And Keyonte George, who's been flashing and improving as a player in his third season. And that being said, the Lakers defensively could not guard the perimeter at all. The Jazz were slicing them up. And it makes sense, right? When you have multiple power forward / small forwards type players playing defense, you didn't have a prototypical point of attack defender to really throw someone out there like a Marcus Smart or a Vanderbilt or one of those types of players out there on a Keyonte George. So it made sense the way the game started. However, there was a point in this game where things started to shift and really showed the value of LeBron James for this team. And I get it, for all the people that were saying, what's the point of LeBron James even coming back? This team looks really good. Let's talk about some context, right? The Lakers coming into this game were 10-4. Luka and Reaves look unlocked. They look great. And how does the equation look different when you add a LeBron James to the variable, to everything that comes up? And it's fair to ask the question, but when you add a all NBA level type of player, a guy who finished 6th in MVP voting last year, it can only help, especially the way LeBron James plays basketball. There's so many things that he does on the court. It's not a one-dimensional type of look. He doesn't necessarily need the ball all the time. And it's clear from this first game, he is accepting an off-ball type of role. In terms of on-ball usage, Luka was first, then Reaves, and then came LeBron with the 14% usage. And what is exciting as a Lakers fan is to analyze and look at this deeper, right? LeBron James, in order for this Lakers team to be fully successful, LeBron needs to buy into this super Draymond type role where, you know, defensively, he's communicating. He's another quarterback on defense. He's communicating and using his athletic ability and physicality in the back line help the defense, as well as on offense. He's just yet another ball handler, and he brings a different wrinkle in terms of playmaking, right? When LeBron James playmakes and creates advantages, he's using his physicality, his brute force, his ability to get to the basket and create advantages. And clearly, if you look at this game, in the fourth quarter, he alone had 6 assists to his total of 12 assists. He played a full rounded game. He had 11 points, only shot the ball 7 times, had 12 assists, 1 turnover. And again, I get it. Utah Jazz is a team that doesn't play much defense, but the flashes are there that's transferable to other games and other teams and other players, right? And matchups. LeBron clearly showed quick chemistry with Ayton, dropping no-look passes, coming from the baseline into Ayton when he's in the post. There's a possession where Ayton he's caught off guard a little bit and catches the ball and finishes because he has a great touch around the rim. And what makes LeBron just, you know, completely unfair for defenses, honestly, because you have Luka, who's a great passer, uses different kind of mechanisms to get to his creating advantages. Reaves, who's improved as a ball handler, who's improved as a playmaker, also is able to create advantages. But LeBron still has that ability to control games and control defenses and have a brain and map into where defenses and how they should react. If you see these highlights here, LeBron in this first possession manipulates the defense and creates a lob and dunk opportunity for Jackson Hayes. And then the very next possession, he knows that when he drives a certain way along the ball screen, he knows that the defenses are going to be a little bit attentive to another opportunity in the paint for Jackson Hayes for a potential lob or for potential dunk. So you see the defenses collapse and gives an opportunity, a window for LeBron to throw a cross-court pass to Gabe Vincent in the corner. Gabe catches it, knows already what he's going to do because he knows the defense is going to react and cut. The defense is going to close out hard on him. So he gets the ball, takes one step back to the left, switches his 3-ball. And again, these are just examples of how LeBron James adds to this team. And what makes this special is we know LeBron can be that scorer if he's needed. We know that LeBron can be that passer if he's needed. We know that LeBron in the playoffs has shown that if he needs to be physical and defend the back line and come up with those defensive rebounds, LeBron can do that too. And I can see his role vary from game to game. But what makes it so special is that now we have this ability to tap into from game to game. So what it does for this Lakers team is it increases their margin for error for winning games throughout this 82-game season. And the ultimate goal for this Lakers team and for LeBron James is to stay healthy. He needs to stay healthy so that when it comes to the playoffs, he's 100% and he's not on his last leg or he's coming in half injured or 70-80%. And you clearly see that drop off when it comes to playoff basketball. Obviously, he still performs, he produces, but he runs out of gas a little bit, which is to be expected. He's 40 plus. He's in his year 23 season. This is uncharted territory. So that's what the Lakers really need to manage. And what's so helpful to have is a player in Luka Doncic who's playing at an MVP level, one of the best in the NBA right now. And Reaves who's taking that jump. And to me, and I say this to the people that watch the games, I say it to people on Twitter, it's DeAndre Ayton kind of unlocks a lot of this ability to win games throughout the regular season, because when you go from Jackson Hayes to an upgrade in DeAndre Ayton, and he's only making $11 million, he's giving you basically, I forget the full-on numbers. I'll post it on the screen. It's either 16-10 or 17-11, but he's shooting 70% on his production, which is absolutely jarring for defenses to decide on how to defend this team offensively. Now, there's a lot of questions defensively, and I get it. Look at the roster makeup. There's a lot of one-way type players like Vando. He's a complete negative on offense. You got Marcus Smart, who is a well-rounded kind of Swiss Army guard type player. Obviously, he's not shooting as well as one would hope from the three-point line, but he does add additional kind of variables to the offensive game, whether it be closeouts, whether it be playmaking. I'd say after Luka, LeBron, and Reaves, he's probably our best tertiary playmaker. There's that's beneficial there. And then obviously Jackson Hayes, he's a great lob threat, but outside of that, it doesn't add much more to that. And Dalton Connect is not great defensively. So there's a lot of one-way type players on this team. Jake, you can kind of make the argument that he brings both on both ends. But what this team desperately needs is, more players that are athletic, obviously, and more players that tend to the defensive side. And if they can shoot a little bit, that will be tremendous for this offense and this team. Because if I recall, the Lakers, and again, I'll drop this graphic in the screen below, but the Lakers are one of the bottom teams in the NBA in three-point shooting. But where they make up that difference is their high efficiency when it comes to finishing at the rim and finishing at the paint. Right? Luka is shooting above 50%. Reaves is shooting above 50%. And they're also getting to the free throw line a lot. And they don't foul when they're playing defense, which has been the theme for a Lakers-led team for seasons on seasons on seasons. And that's when you get into fans and other people that always complain about how the Lakers are always getting to the free throw line. Well, it's because they don't foul when they play defense. They play defense. A lot of times they don't play great defense, so you just get by them and get to the basket, or you leak out to the three and they miss the basket. They miss those three-point opportunities, and they just don't foul, right? So then you have that going for the Lakers team. On top of that, we get a nice break here for the Lakers where they only play. They played the Jazz earlier this week. They play another game here, and then they get a few more days rest. But what's important here is for them to continue to build chemistry. And you know, I'd be remiss to not say this, but the LeBron, Luka, and Reaves did play together last season. Now they just have another big who's formidable, who can finish, who has great shooting touch. And they've played with bigs in the past that can do this, right? So it's not like it's rocket science for them. It's just about figuring out the timing and catch radius of Ayton and whatnot. But they can figure that out through practice and games, right? But honestly, my ultimate takeaway is that, you know, LeBron coming back to this team is another fusion and boost to the team to continue to win. To me, it just adds to their margin of error to win basketball games. And to be honest with you, LeBron has also improved as a off-ball shooter. So he's just going to be another threat, whether it's from the three-point line, whether it's on closeouts, whether it's playmaking. He's just going to bring so much to the equation where other teams are going to start running out of solutions. They're going to have to pick and choose what to give up on a particular night, and ultimately that's the equation that they roll with. And whether or not that works for them, it's up to them, but we'll see. But I expect this Lakers team to continue to ascend, continue to win at the pace they are. I think they're at a 60-game win pace, which is crazy. But if they get to that, start making your bets and start making those cases for Luka Doncic to win MVP, because I've been saying it since the summer. This is the season for him to win MVP. And I get it. There are other players that are making great cases for it. Jokic, Giannis, these types of players. But, you know, Luka and his narrative and his story and his upcoming from, you know, getting traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Lakers, there's an interesting story there for Luka to win MVP. And again, it's an exciting time to be a Lakers fan, and I'm excited to continue to track the progress of how the Lakers continue to compete. And I won't forget to mention Thiero. How good did Thiero look for those 4 minutes that he played against the Bucks, which was also a great win for the Lakers. Thiero played for 4 minutes, but you could already see his impact and how agile and flexible and his length and his ranginess out there in motor. Literally the second minute that he was in the game, he gets an offensive rebound. That type of, you know, motor cannot be taught. And I hope to see him more and more and him get integrated into the team, because I can see that dude play real hoops for this team. Hey guys, listen, that's it for this video. I wanted to make this a quick, short video. I wanted to tap in and talk about LeBron and how he's impacting the Lakers so far. And so far, so good. We're going to see things, but don't be surprised if we kind of see this on-off switch where, you know, for a quarter or two, things don't look great. That's why you saw some of the staggered minutes between, you know, playing Luka with Ayton, and then you got LeBron and Reaves together, which is kind of what they've been accustomed to, right, for years on years now. So still, I'm expecting some rockiness, right? You're integrating a large superstar type player and talent level, but again, this team is going to benefit, right, in the long run, and this is gonna be the way it goes, and this is how we win. This is how you win in terms of the NBA, and it's a long season. You got to get through this now, right? So I'm excited as a Lakers fan, and I'm excited to see if we start to see any moves that the Rob Pelinka and the Lakers start making. All right, that's it for this video. If you like this video, drop a thumbs up below. Give me a comment below on what you think about LeBron coming back and returning and making his impact on the Lakers. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, Rings and Things. Peace.